Caroline Konstnar just pulled maybe the dumbest stunt I've ever seen on YouTube. The way she justified her actions might be even worse. If, like me, you've never heard of Caroline until now, she's a 20-year-old content creator who makes sketch comedy and song parody videos on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. She has also acted in small roles on a couple of TV shows like Blue Bloods and Boardwalk Empire. Caroline has amassed over 1 million subscribers on YouTube and over 500,000 followers on Instagram and TikTok combined, but her follower accounts are dropping by the day. Right now, Caroline's account is slowly bleeding subscribers by the day. She has already lost over 10,000 subscribers on YouTube in this month alone. From April 2019 to March 2023, Caroline posted sporadically to YouTube, with a variety of different video topics and thumbnails, so you never really knew when she was going to post or what she was going to post. Starting last month, Caroline went on a year-long hiatus from all of her personal social media platforms. During this time, she was still posting on Best Friends Today, a separate YouTube channel that featured her and her two friends. But obviously one day, Caroline decided she wanted to return to her main channel in a huge way. To make sure she didn't have any fall off in views after her 1-year break, Caroline decided to fake a miscarriage. Yep, you heard that right. And after all of that, she made a follow-up video to make fun of her audience for buying her 100% fake pregnancy, and called her fans being worried about her a weird parasocial relationship. Let's see how convincing Caroline made this fake pregnancy. On April 18th, 2024, Caroline posted a premiere to YouTube called I Have an Announcement. If you don't know what a premiere is, it's a way to upload a video which allows fans to live chat with the creator when the video is first posted. In the description box of this video, Caroline wrote, "Yup, the rumors are true. I am knocked up big time. To protect the privacy of my family and loved ones, a lot of information has purposely been omitted from this announcement. Please understand." Anyways, very excited to exploit this child for views, and I am excited you're going to help me do it. Love you all. The last part of that description kind of foreshadowed that she was lying about the whole thing. But at the time, her fans all thought it was her regular dry sarcastic humor. In the video, Caroline pulls on the heartstrings of people who have gone through unplanned pregnancy and contemplated abortion.
Ovulating, and I had like a plug of blood come out, and I was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. I'm 20 years old, and I am figuring out what to do with my life. And I personally don't think I should have to choose to do anything in life. I think I should just do life. I think I should just not die and live, and that's life. But I meet so many people around me that are encouraging me to pick a thing, to be a thing.
She starts off by pretending that right when she was just starting to enjoy life and almost figuring out who she wanted to be in life, she all of a sudden got pregnant at 20 years old.
I feel like it's okay to not know what I'm doing in life because I'm young, I'm hot, I'm funny, I'll figure it out. Life will go on, and I will, by default, be something, if not dead.
Then she films herself fake crying and screaming while deciding to not abort the fake baby.
I'm good, guys. I'm actually so good. I want to have a kid. I just don't think I can have a f***ing kid right now. And I really want a kid. I do want a f***ing kid. And I'm not being stupid. I'm not being like, oh, well, you're young. You don't really know what it's like. You have so much life to live. You! I'm having a baby. Like, I'm having the baby. It's not like it's not like I'm getting rid of it. It's like I'm having the baby. I'm gonna have a baby.
She goes as far as showing fake Polaroids of her fake pregnant stomach growing week by week. As if this wasn't enough, Caroline plays on the struggles of people with infertility issues and try for years to get pregnant but never can, even after spending tens of thousands of dollars on treatments like IVF. It's actually insane how intricate her lie is, because at this part of the video, she shows herself dancing ballet. 50% of ballet dancers actually have fertility issues, because like runners and swimmers, they're encouraged by coaches to have an unhealthily low body fat percentage. It seems like Caroline is either extremely immature for her age or has a horrible case of main character syndrome. Now, I'm not saying Caroline is a sociopath or anything, but just watch this next clip for yourself.
Remember how I had like shit going on with my uterus when I was 16? Like I had surgeries just to get stuff removed, so like my fertility's always been kind of weird. I'm pregnant, and if there's any kind of like surgical intervention, I could really up my fertility. Like I might not be able to have a kid again. And then the other thing is that if I have this kid, it's very likely that I won't be able to have another one.
Caroline feels like the entire internet is a false reality and doesn't understand the real-world implications of her actions. By preying on sympathy from pregnant women and single moms, in order to get a couple $1,000s in donations, Caroline takes from an actual struggling population. During this next part of the video, it's clear Caroline thinks that she's completely in the right for doing all of this.
Discovering new life. YouTube is not taken seriously. YouTubers are not taken seriously. That's a really frightening prospect. And the fact that a 15-year-old had the ability to just influence millions of people is absolutely ridiculous and so dangerous. But now, as I get older and I start to really think about my place in this world, I wonder, what should I do with my influence?
Caroline ends off the video by saying she's going into the next couple of months with a huge level of fear and anxiety, and asks everyone to stick around to support her and the baby through this journey. Let's click the live chat reply and see what people were saying. At the beginning of the video, most people thought she was joking, but as the video went on and she showed more and more proof, everyone actually started to believe her. Quickly, the chat became filled with people writing congratulations. Some moms were even giving her childbirth advice. Other fans were busy defending Caroline during the live against judgmental hate comments like, "My condolences, you dummy." Other fans wrote, "I support you, your thought process, and your decisions about your body," as should everyone. It's not a debate. And I'm 34 weeks pregnant unplanned, and it's wild how terrifying, awful, and beautiful something can be. As comments poured in from single moms and pregnant women, Caroline was behind the scenes, excitedly watching her revenue skyrocket day by day. One commenter called it, and knew she was lying from the very beginning. They wrote that since there are so many people commenting about their personal experiences, the logical next step would be to apologize. But for Caroline, the logical next step was to call her fans the crazy ones, not her. After 2 weeks of silence, Caroline finally decided that she had made enough money off of all this sympathy and revealed that this entire video was a lie to advertise her Patreon. But Caroline didn't post a follow-up video called "I'm sorry I lied" or anything along those lines. On May 1st, 2024, Caroline posted a video called "I Lost a Baby." She titled her video "I Lost a Baby" to further clickbait, traumatize, and emotionally abuse her fans by making them think she miscarried the baby. In the first video, she claimed to be in the second trimester and over 26 weeks pregnant, so this wouldn't have even been a miscarriage. It actually would have been a stillbirth since it's after 20 weeks. Now she has all of the single moms who were commenting on her first video frantically clicking this new video concerned that she just had a stillbirth, and has scared her pregnant fans who are already constantly worried about losing their own babies. To make matters even worse, the thumbnail showed her with a pregnant stomach in the background and a flat stomach in the foreground to show that her baby had indeed died. To this day, 2 weeks later, the title and thumbnail remain unchanged, clearly showing she still has no remorse even after losing thousands of subscribers and being called out by countless creators for the past 2 weeks straight. This is how her follow-up video started.
Okay, guys, I lost the baby, and I don't know exactly where I put it. It has to be around here somewhere. Okay, so some of you guys are probably wondering, no, I am not pregnant. And I'm sure some of you are shocked. I'm sure some of you are not surprised at all. I'm sure some of you don't care. But some of you might be asking.
In the video, in a big word salad, Caroline basically says that there's no difference between an entertainer and a content creator. And because there's a blurred line between content and reality, it doesn't matter what you put out on the internet. In my opinion, there's a huge difference between paying money to go to see a movie or concert because you like an actor or a musician, and paying donation money to a content creator who fakes cancer, homelessness, or a miscarriage. If I go to the movie theater to watch Creed 3, I don't go home and hop on the internet to donate to Michael B. Jordan's boxing injuries. But let's just go on.
When you're a content creator, the line between entertainment and reality is very blurred. Your audience will become very attached to an abstraction of yourself. And the odd thing is that this connection can become very personally meaningful to the viewers, whilst not being personally meaningful to the creator itself. Your attention is monetarily valuable to me. And unless you have some narcissistic tendencies, which a lot of us do, the experience of having a parasocial relationship with your audience can be very uncomfortable.
If you wanted to convince your fans you weren't a narcissist, this probably wasn't the best way to do so. Caroline goes on to explain that ever since she started YouTube, she had people threatening her life in the comments. I obviously do feel really bad that this happened to her, but what does that have to do with lying about miscarriage? Also, as a YouTuber myself, you are bound to get hate comments or people threatening your life. I've gotten them, and so many other YouTubers as well. That's just part of the job.
I had a lot of people threaten to every day. And if you could imagine, this was not fun. And the problem with this, beyond the obvious, is that there's no meaningful way to respond to this interaction. The offender has anonymity, and in some way, so do I. So I'm not treating them like a real person. They're not treating me like a real person. You're not real, and I'm not real, and none of this is real. And yet, the effect that we have on each other is still very real. I will present myself on the internet because I want to desperately be seen and to connect to other people. And a lot of you come on the internet, a lot of you will engage on the internet because you want to be seen and because you desperately want to connect to someone.
This part of the video makes absolutely no sense because there is an entire niche on YouTube for people to share their experiences about being infertile and trying to get pregnant, where viewers can be seen by creators actually going through the same thing as them. If you wanted to clickbait a vulnerable audience to get easy money, you could have just said that.
I lied about being pregnant as a joke. And the joke is not that pregnancy under strenuous circumstances is funny. The joke is not that the audience was gullible enough to believe that I was pregnant. The joke is you connected to something that wasn't real. And I have become something that isn't real. We all come here to find this connection over and over again. And we don't really find it until now, when you subscribe to my Patreon.
Yep, you heard it right. If you donate to her Patreon and watch her videos behind a paywall, then you can find true meaning and connection online, and no longer are a parasocial fan. Caroline's Patreon has membership tiers of $7, $16, and $50 per month. If she got just 1,000 of her 1 million subscribers to join her Patreon, she'd be making an easy $7,000 a month, and that's only if they subscribe for the $7 membership. The $7K a month increases by a lot if they do the more expensive memberships. On top of sponsorships and the ad revenue from all the clickbait, she'd end up making a killing on a month-to-month basis. She then explains that she didn't want to be 100% open about her personal life while explaining why she took a year off of posting, because there are too many parasocial weirdos in her comments. But on Patreon, there are absolutely no parasocial people. Contrary to Caroline's belief, it is way more likely for online weirdos and creepy old men living in their mom's basements to subscribe to a 20-year-old YouTuber's Patreon than it is for fellow young people to do it.
Oh yeah, that's fucking right. This entire stunt has been an advertisement for my Patreon. I'm also announcing that I'm coming back to YouTube. Listen, I wanted to come back to YouTube and explain to everyone why I had been gone and what had happened to me in that time that made me want to come back. But some of you in my audience are pretty weird, and I don't blame any of you. You know, you can't help being weird, but I didn't think that it would be healthy for me to expose myself like that to all of you. And that's why I decided to keep a lot of my more sensitive information behind a paywall, where I would hope some of the audience would be more intentional with how they interact with me, because now it costs money to do so.
I understand that Caroline wants a way to talk to only her normal fans and not get the weird people threatening her life in YouTube comments, but she should have known that this entire stunt would only increase her online hate. All she did with this stunt was make the fans that would have actually cared about the reason for her hiatus turn against her and turn herself into a huge meme. In the description box of this video, she wrote, "I understand it was inappropriate for me to lie about being pregnant. My bad." This is the laziest apology I've seen, and it just shows she doesn't actually care about anything she did. Also, she still has the link to her Patreon as a first line in her description box. So yeah, she's obviously not sorry. Another reason why we know she's actually not sorry is because she never changed the title or took the video down. She just wrote a quick sentence, acting like it was an uh-oh moment, instead of this being a calculated plot in order to obtain more money and eyes on her platform and on her Patreon. In my opinion, you guys watching my videos for entertainment doesn't make you guys have some kind of weird one-sided bond or parasocial relationship with me. Now, if I made you guys pay a monthly fee to see pictures of my pet dog on Patreon, that would be a different story. This is what other YouTubers had to say about this insane situation.
At $50 per month, I value my most sensitive personal information at. In this tier, you get an exclusive update video that details where I've really been for the past 5 years. You also get access to a special group chat. Huh? For $50 you get a group chat and she tells you where she's been? Holy shit. That's kind of crazy. The reaction has been divided. The thread of the video... Real quick though, this is kind of an... Like, parasocial relationships are a fucking terrible thing on the internet, but I don't know what her theatrics here do to combat that. All she did was tell them that she's been gone because she was pregnant. They're like, oh, congratulations. It's cool to hear. Like, super happy about that. And then she's like, no, it was a miscarriage. Actually, no, you guys are only here for money for me. That's it. Fuck you guys. It's like, huh? That has nothing to do with being parasocial. You just told them you were pregnant. They're like, oh, cool. That's not really parasocial. It's just what you told them. It makes more sense in the context of the video, I guess. It's just like an interesting point to make in that way. Yeah, so it looks like everything was super divided. Nice.
Now, Caroline will forever be known as the girl who faked a miscarriage for Patreon memberships. Based on the lack of remorse, I'm sure Caroline will be back with an even bigger stunt to try to get those thousands of subscribers back. Let me know in the comments below, what was the dumbest stunt you've ever seen on the YouTube or TikTok platform? While you're down there, you might as well subscribe. Don't worry, it's free, and I won't think you're parasocial or a weirdo. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.